Welcome everyone to this new video. Just a reminder that this channel has been made to enrich the materials of my website. It's www.bakingwiththeory.com. You can find the links in the description together with the link of the Facebook page. If you haven't watched yet the first video, I invite you to have a look of that. You can find the link on the top of this video. And today we are going to make fresh pasta. Why I decided to make fresh pasta? First of all, because I found that it's a recipe that is even simpler and faster compared with the one of the bread. You need just two ingredients, that is water that you already have at home and flour. And talking with the colleague and friends, I understood that not everyone makes fresh pasta. And in my opinion, it is something that you can make, and you can involve even kids and family during this activity. It can become a family activity. Asking for feedbacks, why persons are not making pasta at home. The most common reason are two. First one is I don't know how to make it, or it is complicated to make it. Second one is I don't have the tools. So, of course, when we talk about pasta, there are different shapes. But today I'm going to show you some shapes that you can make at home without any specific tools. You just use your finger or some tricks that I'm going to tell you. The recipe, as I said before, we need just two ingredients. It is water and flour. Which flour are you going to use? You can use any flour, okay? So it can be white, yellow flour, could be tender, could be hard. If we see in the packets of the pasta, the dry pasta that we buy at the supermarket, often we read that is written in Italian is grano duro, that is the durum or hard wheat. If you're going to buy flour, what I suggest is to check a package where it's written clearly for pasta. This is an example of flour that I bought here in Malta, and it is written clearly for fresh pasta. And this one, inside, there is hard durum wheat. It's called the semolina. Semolina you can find like this, or you can find even one that is fine. It's a bit thinner. As you know, my website is covering the theory. In this case, the theory is extremely simple, but cannot be precise. Let me clarify this part. Every flour absorbs different amount of water. So the theory in this case, it is saying that the hydration, it is between 40 and 60%. My suggestion is to start with the 40% and eventually add a bit of water. Second thing is that we can use warm water. There is no risk, in this case there is no yeast. And that actually will facilitate to work to make the dough. Today I'm going to make pasta for 4 persons. And of course you can adjust the proportion based on your needs. In my case, I start with 400 grams of flour. So 100 grams per person. And for each 100 grams, I'm considering 40 grams of water. You can make the pasta just before your lunch, or you can make it in advance. But remember that can stay not cooked, so raw, in the fridge at maximum 2 days. Do not exceed this. This pasta is without eggs. Pasta with eggs will be covered in a different video. While I was scaling the ingredients, my wife told me that she is very hungry today. So I increased a bit the amount. So in this case, I scaled 500 grams of flour and 200 grams of water. The water is warm. I use the microwave. Now, probably if you saw someone making fresh pasta in some videos, or you have a picture, even in my mind there is a picture of my grandma that used to make the fresh pasta. You have this image that there is a mountain with the flour, you make a hole at the center, and then you pour the water in the middle. I'm not doing that because at the beginning it's quite complicated and the water will start to flow in all directions. So my suggestion is to use a container like this and start making the dough here at the beginning, then moving everything to the table in a later stage. So pouring all the water inside. Here you can go directly with your hands. I suggest at the beginning to use or a spatula or I don't know, even a fork, just to mix the ingredients for the initial stage. This whole process will take probably 4 or 5 minutes in total. What we need to do is to mix the flour with the water and try to absorb all the flour. So as you can notice at the bottom there is still some free flour and we need to absorb all of it. If some parts remain stick in the tools, you can just remove with your fingers and continue. Okay, it's time that we can move everything on the table. And from now on, we use our hands. What we need to do is to collect all the flour, put it at the center, and try to press together in order to make a ball. Now, to work the dough, we use this. We make at the center and we press with our hands and we roll on it. You see? The dough should be hard, okay? So if you find at this phase that it is too soft, maybe it's the time that you add a bit of extra flour. Going to work. I'm seeing that there is a bit of flour that is still free. So in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm adding just a bit of extra water. The goal is to collect all the flour. So I continue working just a couple of minutes more. As you can see, there is no extra flour. Okay, even if it is not perfectly flat, we can stop here, because the dough will need to rest 30 minutes before to be worked in shapes. So I'm going to use film, plastic film, the one that you use for the kitchen, to roll it, and then we wait at least 30 minutes. Using the film. And we leave it to rest, like this. After 30 minutes, I'm going to open the film. And now, in order to avoid that it will dry, I take a small part of it, I cut it with a spatula, you can use even a knife. The remaining part I cover, okay? Otherwise it will dry, so we need to always keep it covered, and we use a small part to work. Now, the basic way to work the dough is this, to make the shape. The first thing is to make a snake. The snake can be done here, using your hands. Or you can use even between the hands like this. It's important that you make a snake with the same sides. Okay, we have the snake ready, and we cut some parts. Now, first shape that I want to show you is this. As you can see, I'm cutting these sides. Okay? What I can do is, I can use 3 fingers, like this, and roll in my direction. Can you see? Those are called cavatelli. Cavatelli, they are flat from a side, and they have this side inside. This is a sort of, they are not whole. Can you see? You can make even smaller. If you want to make it smaller, use a smaller part. You can use even your thumb like this, and you roll in the different directions. Can you see? Cavatelli, they are the origin is from a region in Italy that is called Molise, and they are flat. There is a pasta that is really similar to this, but with stripes, with lines, and they are called Gnocchetti Sardi. To make them with the stripes, at home you can use a fork. In this case, I have two different forks. As you can see, one is wider, one is smaller, depending which size I want to make. I'll show you an example. So I put in the fork, I press and roll like this. Can you see? Can you see how it is coming? It's the same of this practically from the inside, but the outside comes with the straights. If I use a fork that is a bit smaller, I will have a different effect. Like this. Can you see? It's a bit smaller. And talking about tools, the tools that usually are used are tools like this. You see? I want to show you with the tools, not because you need, but I want to show you that the result is really, really similar. So this is made with this tool, and this one, it is made with this tool. Can you see? So all these shapes you can make at home without tools. The pasta that I'm going to make today, it is this shape here. It's called the Gnocchetti Sardi. And I'm using a helper. Is next to me. Is my daughter, Ashlyn. Come in the picture, Ashlyn. And we prepared some trays over here with the flour. So, because to make the shape, we need first to make the snakes, cut it, and make the final shape. Usually we divide the tasks. So I'm going to make the snake. I will pass to her, and she will use one of these tools to make the shapes. Of course, consider that the size of 3 fingers of mine is different from 3 fingers of Ashley. So for this reason, I will make parts that will be a bit smaller. She will use not the thumb, but she will use 3 fingers like this. And now I'm going to show you. Preparation time. So I prepared the small parts for Ashley. Ashley, can you show them how to do this? You need to press a bit more, Ashley, okay? Press a bit more. Yeah. Press. Okay, good girl. And then you put it here, okay? One more time. Perfect. They are good. You see? Now, use this hand like this to keep this one straight. I will pass you the parts here, and you make them. So all of them will have the same sides or similar sides because Ashley is making. Strong, eh? Okay, good one. So we are preparing here the pot with water, and we are adding just a bit of oil. This will prevent to the pasta to stick. As you can notice, even if we are making pasta for 4 persons, we are using a big pot. Remember, to cook properly the pasta, needs to boil and needs to have space to move. This is the result of the pasta that we just prepared today. And nothing, when it starts boiling, we will add the salt. It's important the water needs to be salty. It's time for final considerations. So the pasta, because it's a fresh pasta, should not be overcooked. So should not be sticky, if I can say that. In this case, we used a ragu, what some people they call bolognese, and but it's possible to make this pasta even just with oil, garlic, if you like, and anchovies, for example, or I don't know, even pepper if you like a bit spicy. Quality test. It's good. Buon appetito.